Family, welcome to the 7th edition of Irvington Unbound, the newsletter of the Sheridan St Block Association. I'm Jay, your host, who has the hopes that you and your loved ones are filled with joy and looking forward to an incredible future. So, let's get to it. In Block News, concerns about the gaps on the sidewalks were brought to the directors' meeting. We were supposed to reach out to Musa Malik the next day, but by 10 a.m., the DPW were back out there placing the frames for the cement, so chose rather not to bother the man. Remember, patience is key to getting a lot of these things done. There's also an issue with the telephone wires hanging low. The fire department was out there and they raised them, but it's still a hazard, so it's going to be looked into. On screen, there's a ton of information regarding local matters and events, including the press clipping in the Star-Ledger last Sunday, with glowing praise for the mayor, the administration, and law enforcement strategy for dealing with crime around here. Unfortunately, that happened right before we recorded our fourth homicide. There was a gentleman gunned down on Myrtle Avenue, so how about let's just, finish out the inning in the year, and then we can start heaping the praise, I don't like jinxing anything. I'm more superstitious than I seem. I'll put it to you like that. So one thing that we want to definitely do, we want to encourage you to take your kids to the town's Halloween event. It's going to be at the Civic Center. There's supposedly $2,000 worth of candy on deck. I mean, that's fantastic, right? Diabetes for everybody. I'm joking. So guess who's speaking to us again? That's right, Councilmember Jones. There's a program here in Irvington that allows seniors to eat for free. So we don't have the audio and the video synced up, but when it pops up, the number will be circled. You have to call 24 hours in advance to reserve a spot. But this was brought to us by Councilmember Jones, so we'll definitely drop a clap on it. State news, Bridgegate trial is wrapping up, and there's speculation all over the place, with Christie facing jail time, witness testimony apparently misrepresented. It's a mess that can be unpacked after the verdict, unless, much like the Democratic primary, it may have been purchased long ago. Speaking of the governor's race, it's been quiet ever since the entire Democratic establishment meant out of the way for Phil Murphy, our millionaire knight in shining armor. State Assembly Dems are looking to introduce another school funding plan, and it seems like we have a rough winter ahead. Please go and get emergency supplies now, because when it gets real, you don't want to be fighting people in a Home Depot. It'll just end up on the internet and we'll all have a good laugh, right? And fantastic news. And State Senate President Steve Sweeney said that marijuana should be legal in the state by 2018. Senator Scutari took members of our legislature to Colorado, and after seeing the operation and smelling the money, they're ready to vote green. But such legislation creates an issue in urban communities such as our very own, by all but destroying an incomplete industry. So, I really feel as if that should be paid attention to. So does the DPA. In national news, the Clinton emails and their families' refusal to shut down their organization has many casting doubt, not realizing that it was all set up from the moment she lost in 2008. Not only to make her viable, but inevitable to a point where everybody is so appalled, distracted, and swinging at the low-hanging fruit that is her opponent that they don't even have to pretend. While families in Flint, Michigan are being poisoned, she wants to put money towards stopping bullying. No words. Russia unveiled a nuclear rocket that can obliterate the space the size of Texas. So, just keep that in mind when you say we can just beat up Russia. So we're going to cut this episode here. On Thursdays at 10 a.m., IJ will be backing up fellow Irvingtonian Karen Chasmore on her new yet-to-be-named radio show. It's going to be airing on NewJerseyWebRadio.com, available on TuneIn and on iTunes. So, with that being said, I wish you happiness and only the best. We do what we can now, and like God, when I typed it out, I wrote, we'll let God take care of the rest, because, it doesn't take one of us or two of us, red of us or blue of us. It takes all of us. Love you. Till the next round.